Something truly unexpected has just unfolded involving Tommy Robinson, and it's sending shockwaves far beyond the UK. A high-ranking political figure from overseas has come forward with a bold and very public gesture that's beginning to reshape how Robinson is viewed on the global stage. This isn't just about domestic politics anymore. This is about recognition, international alliances, and a twist no one saw coming. Before we dive into all the details, don't forget to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Here's what just broke: Tommy Robinson has received a formal invitation to visit Israel. But this isn't just any invitation, it's come directly from Amita Ikaik, Israel's Minister for Diaspora Affairs. And make no mistake, this isn't symbolic window dressing. It's being presented as an acknowledgement of Robinson's outspoken stance against radical Islam and his vocal support for Jewish communities not only in the UK but throughout Europe. To understand the magnitude of this, we need to rewind just a bit. Only days ago, tragedy struck the Jewish community in Manchester. A terrorist attack unfolded outside the Heaton Park Synagogue on Yom Kippur, the most sacred day in the Jewish calendar. The assault took 2 lives and left 4 more victims hospitalized. It was a brutal reminder of the rising tide of anti-Semitic violence that's sweeping through cities not only in Britain, but across the European continent. In the wake of this horrifying incident, Israel moved swiftly to voice its support. Minister Amichai Chikli, who leads the country's efforts on diaspora affairs, issued a striking public message that's now making global headlines. In that message, he named Tommy Robinson specifically, calling him a British patriot and announcing that Israel would be welcoming him later this month. Let that sink in for a moment. A senior Israeli minister, publicly extending an invitation to one of Britain's most controversial figures, not behind closed doors, but out in the open. Chikli's message was clear and emphatic: after the appalling terrorist attack in Manchester, Israel and the Jewish people stand firmly beside our allies in the UK. On behalf of the State of Israel, I am honored to host British patriot Tommy Robinson, who will be visiting in mid-October. And this wasn't just polite diplomatic language. The minister took it further, describing Robinson as a fearless advocate, a man who has stood his ground in the battle against radical extremism. Someone who, in his words, has been a reliable friend to both Israel and the Jewish people, a voice willing to confront hatred when many others remain silent. That kind of endorsement is not something we've seen before, not at this level. For years, Robinson has been vilified in the press and political circles for raising alarm bells about radicalization, grooming gang scandals, and rising anti-Semitism across Britain. Now, an official within the Israeli government is publicly acknowledging him as a key ally in the fight against terror and extremism. Chikli ended his statement with a powerful pledge: with allies like Tommy Robinson, we will strengthen global solidarity, combat terrorism, and uphold the values that form the foundation of Western civilization. In response, Tommy Robinson issued a public statement of his own. He confirmed that after his October 13 court date, he plans to fly to Israel. In his words, this terrible attack in Manchester has only deepened my belief that the UK and Israel are standing on the same front lines. We are facing the same threat, the threat of Islamic Jihad. I've accepted Israel's offer to cover my travel and accommodation for a few days. To be clear, I am not being paid. This isn't about money. It's about standing up for truth, solidarity, and moral courage. He went on to say, I've always proudly declared myself both a British patriot and a Zionist. I've said it before and I'll say it again: if Muslims are allowed over 50 nations, why shouldn't the Jewish people have one, especially in their ancestral homeland? Robinson laid out plans for his upcoming visit, saying he intends to tour Jerusalem, Judea, and Samaria, as well as the site of the Nova Festival massacre and other key locations tied to the tragic events of October 7. He also plans to visit Yad Vashem, Israel's Holocaust Memorial, and the Jabotinsky Institute, where he hopes to expand his understanding of Zionist history and the Jewish struggle for survival. Jabotinsky, he added, was the ideological father of Prime Minister Netanyahu, one of the most impactful leaders of our time. I don't know enough about this part of history, so I want to learn more. His itinerary also includes visits to Israel's parliament, the Knesset, where he'll meet not only Minister Chikli, who extended the invitation, but other members of Israel's leadership. He's also arranged meetings with diplomatic representatives from other nations operating inside Israel. Robinson, who identifies as Christian, said this visit will also be deeply personal. He hopes to visit sacred Christian sites such as the Sea of Galilee, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and others. "This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to walk where my own faith began," he said. And in a surprising note, he mentioned a hope, though perhaps an unlikely one, of visiting Gaza. But it's what he said about Israel that captured the strongest emotion. "I can't wait to walk through Jerusalem, to meet the Israeli people, and to show that we stand united. Every time the Jewish people are attacked, the free world is attacked. We've had British citizens killed in our own streets. This is not just their fight, it's ours too. The people of Israel and the people of Britain are fighting the same enemy, and facing the same future. I go as a friend, as a partner, and as someone who believes the strength of Israel is the strength of the entire West. If Israel falls, the rest of us won't be far behind." On October 8, Hamas openly declared their ambition isn't limited to Israel, they want London and New York too. They are bloodthirsty jihadists with a global agenda. Hamas is ISIS. I'm going to learn, to pay tribute, and to bring that courage home with me. No surrender. Thank you, Minister Chickley, for this invitation. Now, no matter where you stand on Tommy Robinson, it's impossible to deny that this is a major moment. When a sitting minister of the Israeli government not only acknowledges you but embraces you publicly as a partner in a global struggle, that changes the game. It also challenges a lot of the narratives we often hear at home. Robinson, who is so frequently portrayed as isolated or extreme, is now being welcomed on the international stage and by a nation that understands the horrors of terrorism and anti-Semitism better than most. Israel is not treating him like a fringe activist. They're treating him as someone who's been brave enough to speak where others have stayed silent. Someone who's taken risks for saying what many are too afraid to even discuss. And now, they've said plainly, this is someone we believe is worth standing beside. So what comes next? Robinson's trip to Israel is scheduled for mid-October. And as always, reactions will be mixed. He's a figure who never travels without controversy. But what's different now is that this visit elevates him onto the global stage in a way we haven't seen before. In a time where Jewish communities across Europe are again being forced to live in fear, Israel has made a clear and deliberate choice. They're standing with Tommy Robinson. It's not just news. It's a turning point. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth political commentary, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of power and politics. Thanks for watching.